Michael. All right, great job describing your experience with the concept development and execution of the banner ad and its comparison to the magazine ad. Fantastic job. Really appreciate it. I enjoyed reading that. One thing I feel like I need to address is file size. Now, I did mention that I'm not looking too deeply at file size because this is a class that's more associated with learning the techniques than really the technical execution preparing this banner ad for viewing on web. So optimization is something that hasn't really been covered in this class. That said, when you look at banner ads and the way they load onto web pages and successfully loading, quickly loading, we're talking about a matter of kilobytes, not megabytes. So, quite typically 150 kilobytes might be considered too heavy. So I just want to make that specifically clear that when we start getting the files that are megabytes, they're going to be really unresponsive. They're going to be sluggish, and they're going to load very, very slowly. So keep that in mind. Okay. As far as the banner ad itself goes, you mentioned overdoing it, and I think it is. I think it's overdone. I think right now we're kind of losing the fact that we're overtaken by the animations of the letters popping in and popping out and kind of losing the call to action, kind of losing the promotional aspect of this ad, which that's what it is. I mean, and at the end of the day, this is a promotional ad, right? So it should be clear as such. So my recommendation is this. Okay, first of all, the logo down here. The logo seems to pop in and pop out. I don't think you need to logo twice. I would keep that logo visible down there and full opacity too. It seems to be screened back a little bit. So I would keep that at full opacity and don't animate the logo. Keep that section right there. The next thing I would do is I would skip this whole experience thing. It's just taking up so much weight because each one of these letters has a different image clipped to it. So that really is beefing up the file size. I would say do this. Just create one headline. Don't escape life. Come to St. Thomas and experience. And just that is your headline, so you don't have to have it fading in and fading and blinking in and blinking out like that. Okay, so just have your headline, okay, then fade in your call to action. You can keep your headline static. You don't have to animate the headline. Make sure you have your placement. Right now, I think your typography is really, really super large. It doesn't have to be this big. So assemble your headline, your subhead, leave those static, then fade in your call to action, and then fade it out, and then put it on a loop so it's continuously visible. Leave the logo static. Do not animate the logo. Just have that stay right down there along with the masked image, and I think you're in business. Okay, if you want to go ahead and try and reconfigure, if you want to go ahead and repost or run anything by me, please feel free before we turn in our final submission for the web banner and the magazine ad. But I'll be glad to review anything that you post. So feel free, please do. Okay, good job. Thank you very much. Please let me know if you have any questions.